Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Zelda 2 The Adventure of Link. Oh, don't get hit by the monster encounter. Yeah, last time we cleared out the second palace, and this time we're going to start what most people think is the hardest area of the game. We're going to go to Death Mountain and get ourselves a hammer, because that's kind of what you need to get to the next town and the next dungeon, all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm sorry about the commentary in that last episode. I don't know, it's just like, I guess I wasn't really feeling it or something. It just ended up being not anywhere near as good as I was hoping it would be. Get out of my way. I don't want to fight the... No, not the birds! I don't want to deal with the birds. No, not the birds. I really hate this encounter screen a lot. I think it's awful. And they take away 10 experience from me. Man, I don't want to have to deal with any of that. So, yeah, how's everybody doing? Today is actually the morning. Yeah, how often is it that I record in the morning? Jeez. It is 9:16 a.m. I guess you could say it's, I don't know, I guess I've kind of, like, circled all the way back around, you know? But that's what happens when you do that whole, like, you go to sleep 2 hours a night later. Jeez, what is with all of these pee bags? This is crazy. That's just utterly insane. I remember, Nintendo Capri-san saying that screen, the large enemy encounter in the desert in this region, where you fight the two blue Gorias, is the best grinding spot in the game. And I think that's fair, because the blue Gorias actually do drop the 200-point P-bags if you get a P-bag off of them. So that's very cool. And they're not that hard to fight. I was just, like, being a dummy. Actually, man, I'm such an idiot. I forgot to do something that we have to do before we go on. We actually need to talk to a guy named Bagu. Yes, Bagu is my name. Show my note to Riverman. That's what he will tell you. I have no idea who Riverman is. I'm gonna cast Life, just because why not? I don't know. I never feel comfortable in this game when I get to around 2 heart containers left. Because things can just go horribly wrong really, really quickly, so... But anyway, he's hidden in a cabin in the woods. Now, there's actually a bot that you can talk to inside of the city, and he'll tell you to come here. I mean, like, not here. He'll just say that his master is in the north of the woods. So yeah, this is Bagu. He's probably friends with Error. I mean, he looks just like him, so maybe they're brothers or something. Yeah, maybe that's it. Who knows? But anyway, there's also other kinds of, like, fixed encounters and stuff in the forest. Oh, man, I was hoping that I would get a fairy. Instead, I got stuck with this stupid encounter in the forest. Forest encounters are just never fun. Ever. That's okay. So yeah, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, and geez, I don't know, my parents... Well, my mom isn't up yet. She sleeps a lot later than my dad. My dad is actually working out at the fitness center at WCC, which is Washtenaw Community College. They've actually got a really nice fitness center there, and the dues are a lot cheaper. Because they were going to work out at the Y for a really long time. The YMCA, which is in downtown Ann Arbor, but... I don't know, I guess they just figured that they got everything they wanted at the fitness center at WCC for a lower price or something, so... I guess it's worth it. So yeah, we just gotta go back to the water town of Saria, which I still think is incredibly weird that Saria is the water town, when Saria is the forest sage, but whatever. I noticed that my music seems to, like, skip in this game, in the sense that, like, I don't know, the track just doesn't seem to, like, loop properly. I don't know, maybe it's just the emulator that I'm using. I'm using Nestopia, which I think is not a very commonly used emulator, but it works best with my computer, so... Anyway, Riverman will let us cross. First name River, last name Man. So yeah, I don't know if there's anyone in here. Oh, look, it's Riverman. His identical twin brother. Biverman. Or Liverman. Ooh, that would be a terrible name for a Mega Man villain. Liverman? Jeez. Alright, so I guess we had to do this eventually. So this is, this game's Death Mountain. And it definitely has a reputation for not being easy. I would highly recommend trying to keep your sword beam for as long as you can, and don't come in here with anything less than level 4 attack. Otherwise, you are really going to be, you're going to be stacking the deck against yourself. it is entirely possible to do this at a low level. And in speedruns, this is actually the first place they come to, because they get the hammer and the fairy spell, and that allows them, well, because you need the hammer for the next spell, which is the fairy spell. I'm going to cast Shield because we can, and still maintain full magic, so, oh god, this could not go well. Ooh. Well, that was kind of gratuitous. Didn't need that magic drop. So, yeah. And we're actually about to encounter what a lot of people... Well, that was just dumb, man. I can't believe I did that. But yeah, so one of the enemies that people think is the hardest in the game is coming up soon. I think it's in this cave right here, too, but who knows. Gotta get these bats out of the way first. I really hate these bats. Another freaking pea bag, man! That's only a 1 in 8 chance. I don't know why I'm getting so many of them. It's crazy. Now get out of my way, bat. I don't want you to have to deal with you while I'm fighting this guy. At least, yeah, okay. So basically, I'm going to explain this the exact way that Nintendo Capri Sun explained this in his Let's Play. All you gotta do is get that rhythm thing going. So you go like that, boom. There you go. That's how you fight the Dynavoles. So, not as hard as everybody thinks they are. Basically, the idea is that you hit them at a timing so that they're, so they'll swing their axe, and then you hit them, and the idea is to make it so that you push them far back enough that their next axe swing will be out of your reach. So now this room, actually, is another famous one, because there's a red Dynavoles in here. And what these guys do is they throw their axes at you. And they also generally take a lot longer to hit. Now they can throw anywhere from 1 to 4 axes. And if they throw 2 at a time, it's like basically impossible to dodge. So now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to cast Jump so I can get up here and get this magic refill. And cast Life for basically free. Almost for free. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast it as the life bar is filling up, and it'll use the original magic that I had to cast it, too, so saved a whole bunch of magic on that, which is nice. And now I have full health, which means I have my sword beams back again, which means the bots are no longer a threat. And that's good, because the bots are very annoying. I actually, on my practice run in this place, I died to a bot in here. And this Goria can give you a lot of trouble, too. At least a lot more than that. Just because the bat gets annoying, gets in your way, man. You guys get all up in your face. And there's another one of these guys, so once again, there's that rhythm thing. You get that rhythm thing going, and you're basically invincible, so... As long as you have good rhythm, this game is not difficult to play. I guess all that Guitar Hero was good for me after all. Jeez. Been forever since I played Guitar Hero, though. I actually took Frets on Fire off of my computer. And you guys have no idea how many songs I had on Frets on Fire, and how much space that actually took up. But basically, when I deleted that game, it freed up 50 gigabytes, close to 50 gigabytes on my hard drive, because I had that many songs. I had that many custom songs on my computer. I had something like 1,400 custom songs that people have made. So yeah, I was playing that game a lot. And I'm very pleased with the way this is going. I haven't taken a single hit from the orange Lizzafoles, but I know I'm just kind of jinxing myself there. I probably should have cast Shield before that, but you know, we're just gonna YOLO this place. Oh, there goes the jinx, right? But that's okay. We're basically at the end of, like, the big part, like the big gauntlet of... Yeah, I'm just gonna leave him alone. You get a free magic refill here anyway, so... Cast Life, heal up. Now, there's only one big cave left. This is the big cave with the hammer in it, and right away you're gonna want to cast Shield, because you've got a red Dynavoles right at the very start. Yep. So this guy could do a bit of damage to me here. Yeah, that's him throwing 2 axes in a row. Definitely glad I cast Shield for that, because he would have had me down to basically 1 life. Oh, get away from the fireball. These red guys are more annoying than anything. Also, even when they're, like, not transformed, their hitbox extends all the way down to where it would be if they were transformed. So they're a lot more likely to hit you on the thing, but those guys are just pretty annoying. These guys, look at that. He's jacking off, bumping his head on the ceiling. I wish I had been paying attention to my experience, because I probably could have cast life for free there. Oh, get away from me. I wasn't expecting you so soon, Mr. Bond. Well, that's okay. Now, what you can do is, like, basically, if you go to the right, it's a dead end, but there is some experience you can get there. I'm gonna save that until after I pick up the hammer. Basically, yeah, so, I don't know. We're gonna cast shield to deal with this guy. Yeah, sometimes they're just not very nice. There we go. That wasn't too bad, though. I don't know. I don't think this area is quite as hard as everybody makes it out to be. If I had to put a room down as the hardest area in Zelda 2, or just like a general section of the game, I think that... oh god. What would I say is the hardest part of the game? I think Palace 4 is actually a pretty strong contender. Or, no, not Palace 4. Like, Palace 4 has one room that is, like, impossibly difficult. I think the hardest room in the game is in Palace 4. But I think the hardest overall palace is actually Palace, I'll go with Palace 6, probably. I know it's kind of weird, or, like, classic to just say that, you know, the last palace is the hardest. I don't think the Great Palace is actually too terribly difficult if you know where to go. But Palace 6 is always troublesome for me, just because I constantly find myself running out of magic, and needing to, like, die to get through it, which sucks. I also think Palace 3 is very difficult, for some reason. Typically, Palace 3 is where I have my first death in this game, but hopefully that won't happen. And actually, the last time I played, it didn't happen there. I'm actually going to cast shield again, because there's another red guy over here, and I want to fight him for the experience, basically. So I'm just gonna... almost like the Iron Knuckle trick. I wish this Mew would get out of my way. That's okay. He did some damage to me, but not a lot, so it's alright. Now over here, there's really nothing but extra enemies to get experience from, which I like to do, just because it's also just kind of like showing the rest of the area, so... Alright, cast life, get the magic refill. So we're almost done with Death Mountain. And I definitely don't think it's as hard as most people think it is. The first time I played this game, actually, well, not the first time I played this game, just the first time I played this game I rage quit because I thought it was too impossibly difficult. But the first time I, like, seriously started to sit down and play this game and, like, learn it, I actually did this, this part of the game a lot earlier than you're supposed to. I actually did this before beating the second palace. So my attack was at level 3, my life was at level 4. Like, I was definitely... and it makes a really big difference, especially if you're not good at fighting the monsters in here. So I struggled with this a lot. But the reason I did that is that there's a sword technique in the next town, and that sword technique, I read in a walkthrough, helps you fight the boss of the second palace. And I guess at that time I was worried about bosses being difficult in this game or something, so... whatever. But yeah, so I actually did this at a much lower level, and when I died like a million times, but when I actually did do it, I was so proud of myself. Anyway, so you use your hammer, you break this boulder, you come down here, and you get the second magic container. So yeah, well, we got a lot accomplished in this episode, so next time on Let's Play Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, we are going to go and basically finish up our preparations for the third palace, and then we'll enter the third palace, and we will take it from there. So I'll see you next time. Bye.